Hello everybody, let's learn about how the pawn moves. So, let's learn about the pawn. As we all know, the pawn is always in the second row of a chessboard. The pawn, when it's in its original position, the second row, it can move 2 steps. But after that, it can only move 1 step at a time. Now, we all know that a pawn only stays in its second row, but the pawn cannot move backwards. That is not right. And a pawn, when it's capturing a piece, for example, this queen, then the pawn can only capture like this. But if the pawn is over here, then it cannot capture. Only if a pawn is diagonal to a piece, it can capture it. So, we know that the pawn cannot go backwards, and we know a pawn can only capture diagonally and not horizontally or vertical. A pawn cannot go left and right. It can only go straight. And when it captures, it can only go diagonally. So, for example, this queen is over here, and this pawn, as we know, can capture the queen because it's diagonal to the pawn. So we'll capture this queen, and then we go on and on and on and on and on. Did you know that there are even some things we can do with a pawn? We can do something called Passant. And we will learn about these strategies in our other videos. So, we can do Passant, we can do pawn promotion. Pawn promotion is when a pawn reaches all the way to the top of the board and can change into a queen, rook, bishop, or knight. Not a pawn and not a king. It's best to just have a pawn, just a pawn.